Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for 86, episode 10. Also, you might notice that the setup's a little bit different. I explained it in a video that I just posted called Tea. It's just called Tea, T-E-A-T, in which I make the tea that's sitting right there and tell you about what I've done to my whole setup. Last couple days have been harsh. I've been on the phone with Spectrum Internet, and anybody who's ever been on the phone for a while with Time Warner Cable or Charter or Spectrum or any major, at least United States internet service provider, although I've had some comments from some people in the Discord who have mentioned that other countries are not immune to ISP awfulness, will know what I was dealing with because it was bad. And it took 2 full days of being on the phone with them to get them to fix a problem that they caused. But those 2 days were spent essentially without internet and just blah, blah. But I took the opportunity to move all my shit around. I find that that's really helpful to move all your stuff around and experience somewhat new surroundings and change up. I find that your room is often a solid reflection of your mental state, at least for me it is. And that's why my room devolves into hurricane-struck chaos after just a couple of months from like a hard cleaning. So moving everything around is a great way for me to find everything, throw away all the things that I don't actually use, and attempt at organization, which is hard when you're probably ADD, ADHD like me. I say probably because I am not legitimately diagnosed with either of those things. I just have symptoms that line up pretty well, but obviously self-diagnosing for those particular disorders is not a good idea. Anyway, all of that is kind of neither here nor there because we are here to watch 86. And last time on 86, something very interesting happened that I definitely didn't expect. Our Spearhead Squadron has wandered off the grid. They're off the map. Lena's no longer able to communicate. They're just headed into the wild blue yonder. What's out there besides more things that want to kill you? I don't know, and neither do they. But I'm really excited to find out where this show is going to be going. In the interest of kind of doing a comment spotlight, I'm not going to go straight through them, but there were a couple that were pretty interesting, and they fall into a couple of different categories. The main set of comments that we got on the last episode was people talking about my feelings of Lena's running scene, and there was agreement and disagreement. Some people who saw it as Lena running after them to try to stay in range, but really grasping at straws because that's not possible. But of course, that doesn't make sense because the pararaids don't have a range limitation as far as I can tell. But the overwhelming majority of comments, at least people who were who felt strongly enough about it to comment, were people saying that the running scene landed for them, that they felt that emotional swing in the episode, and that it worked for them in a way that it just didn't work for me. And my only answer to that is good. I'm super glad. I'd rather it worked for me. It just doesn't work very well for me. Maybe that's my fault, not the show's fault. It could be that I'm a cynical, jaded asshole who only feels feelings when young characters stand up for each other. That's pretty much what gets me. That's the one that gets me. There are a couple of specific instances that like get me. Sad things generally don't get me. They don't make me feel feels super hard. So this sort of a sad emotion, well, not sad, but bombastically depressive emotional sequence just didn't land for me. It didn't feel right. And part of that was my confusion over what she was doing. I thought she was doing something practical, not just something emotional. And so I guess I made a mistake. But it's not really a mistake because I still feel the same way about the thing. Regardless, other people disagree, and that's okay. And beyond okay, it's good because they enjoyed the thing more, and that's fucking awesome. And it's double good because now we get multiple perspectives on the same scene, and a variety of people, and a spectrum between like, nah, don't like it, didn't work for me, felt weird, don't know what she's doing, to, oh my god, the most powerful emotional scene that I've literally ever seen. And that's a cool thing, right? It's kind of cool that one sequence like that can be, well, we could call it divisive, right? But instead, let's call it prismatic. There you go. One scene can be so prismatic, can split a beam of focus into various different colored directions, right? Where people look into the same thing and one person sees red and another person sees blue. We actually experience these pieces of media completely differently based on ourselves and our mental state at the time that we watch them and where we've been and what experiences we've had. And things resonate differently with us depending on us. not depending on the show so much, but depending on the person watching it. The act of observing is, in and of itself, powerful and transformative. Isn't that magical? I think that's fucking magical. It's like a reason to do what I do, right? Is so that I can show you my interpretation of the thing, and then you can watch it and gain somebody else's interpretation of the thing. Like, that's power. That's awesome. And the greater step beyond that is, because of comments, you can share your perspective on the thing along with my perspective on the thing, and argue about it with other people who have other perspectives on the thing, and we can all, instead of like viewing it as arguing about what's really there and who's right about it, we can just take a step back and go, wow, this one thing in a piece of media caused all these different, differentiated, divergent opinions and perspectives, and that's neat. It's also an object lesson for life, because real world stuff that goes down is going to be seen by different people in different ways. Things on the media, things in the news, things everywhere. Everybody's going to have a slightly different perspective on them, depending on partly which filter bubbles they live in and which media sources they pay attention to, but also depending on their own experiences and inferences and stuff. You know, if you've been through certain experiences that are related to a thing that's on the news, you're going to have a very different perspective on it than somebody else. And I just think that's fascinating. I think it's really cool. And it, again, it's a cool reason to do what I'm doing and just talk about what I feel and be honest about it. And that's crucial, is to be honest about it, right? Because this discussion that we've had in the comments would not happen if I just said, that was a cool running scene. I guess there's a cool animation where she jumps down the stairs and she's all running and sad and it feels sad. Yeah, that makes sense. That's not useful, not comparatively. Criticism, either positive or negative, is useful when you actively view a piece of media and you actively express what you actually feel about it. Other people can hop in on that and feel something different and maybe get incensed into argument. It's fucking sick. I love this job. I love this job so much. Okay, speaking of loving this job, hey, guess what? It's a new month. It's a new month. It's July now. It's 7/1, and you will, if you're a YouTube person, you won't be seeing this for a couple of weeks. The reason for that is that 86 and a couple of my other shows are now not 1, but 2 weeks ahead. So if you would like to, at the beginning of a month, get a full month's worth of early access, head on over to the Patreon, and you will get not 1, but 2 whole weeks of episodes for a bunch of my shows up early. Literally like 10, 12 hours of content that you get. And that will be more new content as the weeks go by. So check that out if you'd like to. It is the one way that I make money off of this channel, and the only reason that I'm able to support this channel. Thank you so much for those of you who already do. It's fucking godlike. I love you all very much. And to stay on the shilling train, likes and subscribes and hit the notification bell. These things are very important. YouTube doesn't like my channel very much because I make long videos. So liking the videos helps you to be like, oh, I guess these are okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Cool. That's about it, y'all. The Spearhead Squadron is going off into the wild blue yonder. I don't know what they're going to find. I don't know what they're going to experience. I don't know whether we're going to turn our attention to Lena. I don't know what the fuck she's going to do, because now she doesn't have a squadron. Is she going to get assigned a new squadron? Is she going to have to be the handler for the next Spearhead Squadron? How crazy would I don't know. I don't know. I don't know shit, but I'm excited to find out. So, let's go ahead and watch episode 10 of 86. I have been once again gifted by Vita Winter and the lovely people on my Discord a specialized subtrack with changes that I don't know what they are. Again, Vita, I will entreat you to please comment on this video and let people know what you changed so that they are not as confused as they would otherwise be. Cool? Cool. If you would like to watch this video, there will be 2 versions. One of them will be picture-in-picture. They'll have a video up there, and that'll be linked in the description. There will be the timer-based version, which you're currently watching, and it will have a beep-beep timer and nothing in it, just the subtitles, because copyright. It's important. And if you want to sync up your own copy of the episode with that, just get your copy ready, because the beep-beep timer to count you down will be coming at you right now. Hello, Burb. Flock of migrating birds. Once a settlement of some kind. There's a juggy knot. Are we camping out here? Yep. Travel montage, I guess. Oh, and dead juggernauts. Is that a corpse? Somebody who sat there and died? Is that a tanuki? Ah, no more scarf. Oh, it's a weird cat. Oh, rain, not tears. Let's find some cover. Yeah. Very nice montage. How'd that fire go out? Are Legion actually passing? Whoa, they are. Whoa. That's an assault that they're not there to stop. Interesting. And OP? I like that opening sequence a lot. That was very atmospheric. Okay. I was checking to see if his brother ended up in the group, but I don't think, of course not. He's not a member, and he wasn't saved, right? All right. Nice lighting. Very cool. Rivers are tough. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. So no threat at speaking to of the dead. Hell yeah. Hmm. Hmm. uh. Pat 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 pat. Yeah, how are you gonna cross this river? But that bridge is guarded, right? Yeah. Oh, can we just chill? Can we just hang out? Interesting. That still doesn't fix. We have to move forward at some point. Fun. More chillin'. Nature and laundry. God, why am I terrified by this? Oh, the whole clothing falling off. That was cute. Why am I terrified? Hmm. He does not laugh often, so that's new. Hmm? General about death? Yeah. Oh, that's so many. Fido and him? Yeah. Okay. Sure. Oh, hi, fishy. Yep, nibble, nibble. Ah, damn it. Any regrets? Mm-hmm. They're drawing Shin to look a lot younger. Part of it is that we can see his neck, and he's not like thick necked. He's relatively thin, but he looks younger. Like years have been taken off his life. Oh, we got one. Looks like a snapper, maybe. Nice. Uh. Huh. Uh. She wants to take a bath. Rivers. Scrub rivers. Yeah, really though. Maybe it's a psychic thing. Maybe it's a psychic thing. Ah. Yeah. The old empire before it fell apart. Is this okay? Well, we found it. We found a city. Yeah, not soldiers. I wonder if anybody's gonna take a cool hat or a cool cloak or something. All the remnants of luxury fallen apart, and how easy it could happen to San Magnolia too. Oh, statues of people, greatness, no meaning, all of it lost. It's a big ol' architectural achievement as a tunnel. Hmm. Taboon. Oh yeah, he must be hearing them all the time. Can he kill the reception by getting into a tunnel? Or wearing a tinfoil hat? Yeah, well, you might be fighting again soon, bud. I wouldn't count on that. Yo, kite. Yeah. Gorgeous stars. True. Get it while it's hot. No chance. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Good job, Fido. Hmm. Hmm. Using things from the past. That's great. He's so laughy, it's weird. It's weird. I don't know, man. All right, Corinna. Yeah. Yeah, they're literally drawing him differently. Of killing his brother. Yeah. Sits up like, I can hear you. Someone he could entrust himself to? Lena? Yeah. Wow, interesting. Yeah, of course he was lonely. He's the only one. To leave those words. I didn't even put a lot of stock in that. Of course it does. Of course it does. Yep. Unhinged. Or unchained now. Untethered. Yeah, what do you do next? What do you do? Alright, it's the next day. He ran off on his own, of course. Right. Of course. Probably in the tunnel. Oh, yeah. Zoo. Nande. Gonna psychic up some animals? Or just look at the broken cages and skeletons of beasts left to die? Whoa. Yeah, exactly. The metaphor. They're just like us. Hi. Scared us, bud. What's there? Whoa. What? It's broken. It's broken. It's fine. It's broken. Holy shit. Oh, more nano goop. Huh? Oh. Kill me? Take me with you, Shinigami? Fuck. Whoa. We're only halfway. If there are any other surviving countries, to the east. To the east. Like an invisible dog fence. Yeah, what would that feel? Right. Yes, they do. Or dying. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Great line. Oh, this little pullout is great. Is this going to be us? Damn. Hi, Fido. Very well. Yeah. Not just the dog that beeps, huh? I don't know, man. Might be a person in there. It's totally possible. Could have been a dog, too. Alright. Okay. Cool color. Shatter that. Thank you. Transitional Lena? Was that... No. What? We're inside a Legion, I think. Is that Sheen? Yep. What? This is a while ago. A while ago. Oh, that's Fido. With a tear of oil running down its face. So he saved Fido. Maybe? Is Fido Legion? No. Oh, it's assigned to a different squadron. Okay, R2. R2-D2 obtained. And so Fido has been following him forever. Dude, is Fido gonna sacrifice itself? No. Fido has been the main character of this episode, hasn't it? Your new pigsty. Fucking asshole. That would have been your eye. Oh my god. Nothing. I didn't touch you. Mm. Mm-hmm. And has been told all these things by all these people. Dude, Fido is gonna die. Did you see it? So happy. Hmm. Fido's not a fucking machine. Fido is not a machine. Fido is a person inside a robot. What the fuck? Fucking literally telling Fido about the world. They got beat the fuck up. This might have been day one. All of the dates are there. So we could go back and correlate them if we wanted to. Right, nobody updates that anymore. Oh my god. Well, nay. Oh, Daya. That's the one. Cute. Yeah, you'll die. Sorry, Daya. God damn it. That's brutal. That's fucking brutal. God fucking damn it, man. Yep, and he sees the aftermath as well. What are we doing here with Fido? We're establishing this character that has been around the entire time observing. Like, we just talked in the it's crazy. We just talked in the beginning of this about observing changing the nature of things. And as far as we can tell, Fido is an objective observer. He doesn't even get to go. Faded out. Oh, throwing away his drawings. Because it's all over. Wow. The last day. What is Fido? What is that? Okay, present day, present time. Oh no, we're back here. Whoa. What? No, 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 no. 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 What? What? No. God, Fido's gonna die. I knew it. I knew it. God fucking shit. They just made me have an emotional attachment to a camera. I just had an emotional attachment to a camera with legs. They just did that. The show just made me emotionally... Full backstep. The show just made me emotionally attached to a camera with legs by causing me to empathize with it by experiencing its perspective. Can we just talk about how weirdly serendipitous the universe is sometimes? Where I spent like most of the intro discussion talking about how having a different perspective on a thing and different people's viewpoints on a thing changes the thing and makes it more broad and interesting. And we just completely like stepped into the shoes of an entirely new perspective, one that is literally inhuman, and in doing so gained emotional resonance with the character that is not a character who is Fido. To the point where my shock at the end was genuine and sincere sadness and disbelief at what was going on. Just the fact that was able to happen. Can we just mention that? Like, what? That was cool. That was cool. That was cool writing. What just happened? I don't know. But I think we'll find out next episode. In the present, at the moment, that sequence of all these shots that Fido has been there for. It establishes so much information that we didn't have about all these characters, but it's all information that we kind of knew anyway. What it establishes for us is that Fido was there and watching all of it and experiencing all of it. Shin might be the leader of Spearhead Squadron, but in some ways, Fido is the heart, and specifically, the recordings taken by Fido are an in-person, found footage of everything that happens. Everything. Fido has been with them for forever. And so there is this emotional attachment and deep curiosity as to what is going down in the last scene. That's amazing and terrifying. This episode as a whole is... So I was correct in thinking that we will not turn our attention to Lena right now. We spend the majority... I mean, we can break this episode once again into two halves. Most of the episodes have been sort of two halves, right? There's the before the sleep and the after the sleep. But it's spending time free, determining what freedom means, experiencing really solid atmosphere. The visual element of this episode is lovely. From stark blues to bright oranges and reds, each scene is sort of put together to have a color palette that has an emotional feel to it, a vibe. This orangey fire glow sunset is calm and peaceful, even inside the rain. The rain transitions us through, but it's a different thing. The greens of nature, these are all things that we haven't had as color palettes in this show, except in certain circumstances. This shot in particular stands out to me just because they've got the multi-layered reflection on the water. You've got this sort of pinkish aurora that goes all the way out here, and then the orange starts over here, and then the darker orange that's, shooting off the water, and then it becomes hazy and fuzzy, and we start to get this lens flare in. This is really solid color work. So is this. This is really solid color work, and it makes these scenes really come alive, and for these characters. There are also a lot of little cuts of little things going on, like the whole fishing sequence utilizes these cutaways to produce silence without tension, or tension without need for release. It's atmosphere. Atmosphere is the word. Atmosphere, I think, is the word for tension in media that doesn't require release. It just builds, right? And slowly fades out. I do think this is a funny little moment. She jumps for the butterfly and all her clothes fall off. just cute. Our squad gets to be together. And we focus so hard on them isolated, like they are the last people on Earth, like there are no threats. But then there are reminders, like the marching legion across the bridge, a reminder that they cannot stay in this position forever. And it seems like Sheen almost wants to, right? We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to go fast. We don't have to go. We can just stay. We can just hang out. Let's take a moment. It's like he's lost momentum, and I think this is a crucial element that is that's mentioned in the show that I think we don't talk about enough, which is that success is really hard. When you have a goal, a specific goal, and you wrap your life around the achievement of that goal, and you focus your entire perceptual structure, right, which is the self, as far as I'm concerned, all of your structures are aligned toward pushing toward that goal. Awesome. Suddenly you are in alignment with yourself. All of your motivations and all of your needs are met, and you have the resources that you need to accomplish things, the time, the energy, all of these things, and you condense all that down and you shoot toward the goal using all of that stuff as propulsion, and you move toward it. And then you hit the goal, and your rocket engines go and they stop, and you don't have anywhere to go anymore. You're out of juice. And so you fall off the cliff and you fall apart because your whole perceptual structure is built to, and when I say that, I mean the way that you incorporate information, the way that you translate information into action. That whole structure is built toward reaching a goal. And if you've reached the goal, it's not useful anymore. So it falls apart and you have to rebuild yourself, either for a new goal, which requires a different rebuilt structure, or to be content with not having goal, which is probably not a good idea. People don't work very well when they don't have goals, I don't think. But you have to rebuild. And so Sheen has done that, right? He spent years searching for his brother, trying to kill him. Now he has done it. And what's next? Everything else in his life was constructed to get him to that point. What now? He's kind of apart, right? But we do, over the course of the episode, establish a new goal. Or maybe more like reestablish the goal from before. And it's right here. Now it's just a question of how far we can take them. When we're talking about how many are there, including your brother? Did you leave it? And he says Fido knows. And that's because he held it up and had a photograph taken, right? So Fido has a backup copy of all of them as knowledge, which is cool. And we bring up that Fido is close. Now it's just a question of how far we can take them. So the goal now is to get the people as far as we can get them. That's cool. That's cool. That's good. So how long will we survive? What will we do? We will go. And then we get the bath thing, making stuff happen, taking more breaks. Going through all of this is really powerful because these are specifically all of the stuff that we see are luxurious clothing, right? Luxurious clothing, egotistical status symbols, and culture built around wealth and flaunting of prosperity. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, I think it's just like San Gloriana, right? Or San Magnolia, right? It's pretty similar. So all of this greatness falls apart. The flag is, I think the flag is good. It's reminiscent of multiple real world flags. Now, red and black is a specific choice. That's Nazi. The double eagle also fits that, but it's got some, it's imperial. It's got the imperial, like a crown there. And I think I don't see it holding, it's not holding anything in its talons. It's holding the shield in its talons or whatever that structure is. It's really interesting. It's an interesting symbol. I love that we see these giant statues. They are a reflection precisely of a statue that we have in the main city, right? Big ol' statue. I do think it's interesting that this empire puts its statues outside and our big statue is inside, right? I think I just realized that the big statue that we've gone and stood before of the lady of Saint Magnolia is actually inside, like we're hiding her. Kind of an interesting thought. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But the same thing. What ideals, what did these two people stand for? Probably they're founding members of the empire. But what did they stand for? What were their names? What did they mean? Nothing. All that's left is the result of the actions of the people who were in charge and the Legion. Nothing of their symbols matters anymore. It's really cool. I think it's really cool. Okay, so Shin don't run away. He's worried about him. Shin don't run away. Cute bath scene, gorgeous stars, cute moments, Fido stuff, Fido being helpful. This moment where they all get to chat about Sheen and talk about their perspectives on him. Pretty interesting. Found someone he could entrust himself to. So it was good for him being able to leave those words behind, to leave something with Lena. Interesting. As a concept. Of course, it ticks Corinne off, but whatever. And he says it feels like he has nothing left. And this is exactly what I was talking about. You hit that goal, you fall off the cliff. Nothing left. What do you do now? Just die? No. So he goes out without them. Foolish. But he's called by a legion. An 86 asking him to be freed. It can't move. It wants to go home. And so he kills it. And we cut to this enormous skeleton of an enormous elephant. And they all look, wondering if they will die like that. Paradise or heaven? Who knows? And then the last chunk of the episode is all Fido. All of it. From his youth, finding this thing, to observing him in every circumstance. Watching as the battery goes down and then is recharged. Watching every instance. These people willingly and happily sharing their hopes and dreams and loves and fears and sorrow. Unknowingly their sorrow. But Fido saw it all. And that makes him, see, immediately it's a him, right? The center of this whole squad. The true emotional core is the doggy pup. Gosh, and the way that the Fido screen flashes moments through, like the moment where she's like, he touched my back, and we flash and we see the actual thing that she's saying because Fido saw it too, and he's just like, okay. Or do you think something's going to change? Then we see them dancing together. That's really powerful stuff. That close-in juxtaposition. Fido watches all of it happen, from little dandelion seeds falling to sparks and raining metal falling from the sky. Sadness and fear, love and hope, memories. His brother, his tears. Scratch, scratch. Take a picture. Flash, 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 flash. And here we are. Fido crying, flaming oil, and a mortar hits and Fido is gone. What a solid... I think this is a really solid episode in a really understated way. And I think that's way harder to achieve. I think it's a lot easier to come out of an episode going, whoa, that was like bombastic. There was so much fighting and so many cool things. And the guy said a badass line and the lady said a cool thing. And there were cute moments. Fine, sure, whatever. Understated and atmospheric, like Mushishi, that's so much harder to accomplish. You have to be so aware of what every moment in your episode is for. What does it do to the audience? What does it evoke? What does it cause? What do they feel? Where are they transported? And for how long? How long do you hold it? How long before you cut to something else? How long do you hold each bit of tension, each mystery, before it becomes untenable? I think they nailed it, top to bottom in this episode. This one's fascinating in a really unique way. Awesome. Okay, well, excellent episode of 86. To be fair, not a lot happened in this episode. Just a lot happened in this episode, right? Like, characters going and doing things, not a lot of that. Experiencing what characters are experiencing and shifting the emotional state of the show, tons of that. And it's very scary because we know what the emotional state of the show is and has been for the last 9 episodes. And we get one episode where the emotional state has shifted towards something seemingly a little bit more positive. And then it's not, because Fido explodes. So we're going to get back to it. It's just a little reprieve to give us a little bit of hope before we drop back into despair. And it's a bit of a reward for Shin for having overcome his first primary goal, right? But the future awaits, and the future is dark. Or maybe lit up with flames and tracer ammunition and gunfire and mortar shells. That's the future. We'll see how we survive it, if at all. Anyway, that's going to be it. I really enjoyed this episode. This has been 86, episode 10. I thought it was solid as hell. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I hope you did too. Hit me in the comments with anything you agree or disagree with, or any other perspective that you have. There were a lot of little poignant moments in this episode that I'm not going to be able to get to going through the episode unless I just rewatch it and pause every few seconds, which you can't do because of copyright. But if you noticed any of those or any of those spoke to you in a particular way, drop a comment about them. Tell me about it. Tell me what you felt. Tell me what scenes in this episode got you or got to you, because I'd love to know what your perspective is in order to broaden my own. Thanks. See you next week for more 86. Peace.